listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show, where wealth is empowering, purpose is crucial, and high vibes are non-negotiable. And now, here's your host, certified business coach and practical woo strategist, Sara J Loureiro.
Welcome back to another episode of the Uplevel Your Online Business Show. I cannot believe that I've been doing this show since 2019 and we are almost in 2026. Where has the time gone? If you are new to the show, I have so many incredible episodes for you. You can just scroll right through all of them. I am just so honored that so many of you are still listening. I know that we have so many downloads every single week, and I am very grateful for all of you for sticking with me. And honestly, I'm very inspired by you. I am inspired by online business, and I am here with you, just, being able to share all of the laughter, all of the results, but also all of the pain, all of the times that we have to reinvent ourselves, all of it. We're here for all of it. I am hugely transparent on this podcast, and I hope that that also just gives you a little bit more of validation of where you're currently at in your business as well. So this week, I wanted to talk to you about my high-ticket automation engine. And one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to talk to you about this is because I have talked to so many of my multi-seven-figure business friends, and they've all said wow, Sara, you've really mastered automation. You really need to be teaching a lot more of this. I really feel like this is your zone of genius. And when I hear that, I'm just kind of like, but you don't do all of these automations in your own business? Or I see their workflows and I see everything that they've created. And I'm like, oh, you know that you can just put that into an AI, or you know that you can just put that into a system and it automatically will do it all for you. And they'll be like, what? This is so crazy. This is so incredible. So without further ado, I want to share with you all of my high ticket automation systems that can save you, 20 hours of work a week. I currently save so much time per week. I teach my team how to create all of these systems as well. And it's just it's incredible. So let's go to the beginning of business and really just a lot of the high ticket client refinement that you can do. So when I think about high-ticket clients and high-ticket messaging, I think about, okay, what are the ins that I need to go from in order to really speak to those people? I'm going to be recording a podcast episode specifically about this very soon. Even if you are a business owner who's been around for a while, I think you'll love to hear this because this is usually one of the biggest reasons why you are not converting the way that you want to online. So here's the thing. I used to have to come up with content hooks and ideas. I would spend hours and hours and hours thinking about things. Now I can just put everything into my AI prompts and it will come up with specific prompts for my ideal client. Now, I want to say this with a caveat in that your AI, your ChatGPT, your Gemini, whatever it is that you use, will not come up with the right prompts if you do not have a seasoned artificial intelligence bot, okay? If your AI does not have enough of the right things about an ideal client, and you do not have a specific ideal client avatar, and if you don't understand the specificities of an ideal client avatar, you will get generic SHIT in your AI. You will get prompts that are completely generic, and you will just get a lot of really crappy stuff. I teach how to use AI effectively inside of my programs. I actually have different prompts and different videos for that. But just using some of these prompts, and so some of them can be, for example, tell me a little bit more about the symptoms that my ideal client has. Do you feel like this is a problem that is a high ticket enough problem to solve? These are some of the things that I do even with my clients. I actually share my ChatGPT links with my clients, the ones that I calibrate for them so they can continue doing calibration off of our prompts that we do together. And this alone has saved me a good 10 hours a week. just by having the right prompts, plugging them into the right AI systems, even using custom GPTs, that's another thing that we've used a lot in 2025, has saved us a massive amount of time. And it's also helped me get to the root of who my ideal clients are in less time, just by the specific prompts that I give it. When my clients tell me specific things about their ideal clients, I prompt that into our AI bot, and it gives us ideas. It gives us a lot of different things to go off of. And then based off of what I already know is going really, really well in the industry, then I help my client come up with, okay, yes, this is the high caliber person that we're targeting. And these are the specific prompts that we're going to be using. So that alone has saved me at least 10 hours a week, if not more. That's probably actually saved me the entire 20 hours a week. Okay. Huge, amazing shifts that we've been able to create just from that. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about is my onboarding process, because I feel like a lot of my clients ask me, they'll be like, well, what do you mean you can just have all of that in one? Oh, yeah. So with my software, Simplero, so I use Simplero. You can go to simplero.com. Get your own software. It's kind of like Kajabi. It's like Go High Level. I like it a lot better just because they have really amazing customer support. But inside of my Simplero, I house my courses. I have my landing pages. I can do my low ticket offers. I can do my products. I have all of my autoresponders for my emails. And I have my client contracts. So literally, all I need to do is send a link for a payment, okay? And after I send that link for a payment, that's all I do, okay? I get my client's contract signed and dated with their IP address. Then they automatically receive an email that follows specific steps. Within those specific steps, in that email has a scheduling link. It has a jot form, which is my intake form for my clients. It has our group call schedules. It has our one-to-one call links, and it has my Slack link. So everything is just inside of one email. All I do is I send one link, and then boom, all of my onboarding process is completely done just from the get-go. You need to have an automated onboarding process for yourself, or else things are just going to be way too much work. You also don't have to pay an admin to do all of those things. Those are things that you can have a bot do. Taking that one step further, with low ticket offers, I power those through my ManyChat on Instagram. So I go from comment to ManyChat. Then they get sent to a checkout page. Then from the checkout page, they input all of their information, and then they get my low ticket offer. So let's say, for example, it's a $27 offer. It's a $47 offer. Then I have an order bump. That's a $37 offer. Then I have a one-time offer that's usually between $97 and $200. And it just kind of keeps on going from there. I don't have to touch anything. I literally just put that on. I put on my AI prompt within my ManyChat, and I have plugged in all of these systems, which, by the way, you can also do on Simplero. And I teach this inside of my advanced programs for low ticket offer funnels. And literally, I don't have to lift a finger. As soon as it's all plugged in, all we need to do is just post the piece of content or post the story, and the link is automatically generated by ManyChat. So once again, huge time savings. I don't even need to be in my DMs giving people those links. They already have them because they're already being done by ManyChat. So that right there easily saves me another 10 hours a week just by putting all of that into my ManyChat and having all of those upsells and downsells, everything just straight in my Simplero. It is insane how much time you can save yourself by doing all of these things. I've had clients who've come to me who've been like, oh yeah, I just automatically, like once someone pays, then I give them the contract, then I give them this. And I'm like, oh no, honey, we are not doing things that way. That is such a waste of time for you. Could you imagine how much more time you'd have to focus on everything else in your business? You would, right? You need to stop doing all of those things that AI can now do for you. It's incredibly simple to set up as well. Now, another thing that we do that I absolutely love is I have my Fathom on every single one of my Zoom calls. And what my team has been doing as well on all of our calls is we've been transcribing all of the calls that we get on. Once we have a transcription of a call, we'll give that to a client. So they'll already have the transcription. They'll also have the entire call on a Fathom. I also have that entire call in a Fathom. I also have that transcription. So then I can run that transcription into my AI and I can get more information about my ideal client. And as I continue to do that, and as I continue to do these systems, my AI just gets so much clearer about who my ideal client is. And it's just, honestly, I used to go through job forms. I used to go through intake forms and I used to read all of them. And I used to do word clouds. Like I remember teaching my clients how to do word clouds back in like 2018, 2019. And now I literally just take a job form, put it into my ChatGPT, and I'll be like, okay, these are my 5 favorite clients. Analyze what they all have in common. Boom. It does it for me in 10 seconds. Then I'll ask it, okay, well, this is a transcription of a client call. This was a really great client that I had. What did this client need? Boom. It tells me exactly what that client needed. We create pieces of content from what that client needed. It's insane, right? I've also started to use a voice clone that I'm really, really excited about sharpening up even more in 2026, which is helping us record videos. It's helping us record modules. There's so many different things that I now have that I can use for the future in my business to save more time, not just for myself, but imagine how much time I also save for my clients. Because as I teach all of my clients all of these different systems and all of these structures, I'm also saving them time. Because now they're not having to spend 10 hours a week sifting through all of this information. Now they're not having to spend all of this time getting back to people in their DMs. They're just setting up their own mini chats. They're setting up their own automations in terms of low ticket offer funnels. It's really incredible how much that you can do right now without necessarily even having to touch your screen or, like click a button. Now, I also want to say that, of course, this doesn't change the human touch that is necessary with everything that you're doing. High ticket still needs high ticket support points, needs high ticket touch points, which is why we're still doing calls, which is why I'm doing a lot more one-to-one calls in 2026 with clients. This is why we want to make sure that we have everything necessary to really provide an exceptional customer experience. But what I'm also trying to say is, like, within 4 months of doing a one-to-one business coaching program with the client, a lot of what I did within one-to-one calls within 4 months, I'm now doing within one call with the help of AI. And then from that one call, it's so much easier to optimize everything for my clients. So I'm finding that my clients are also getting results that much more quickly because we're able to implement more information in smaller periods of time. So this is amazing. However, it's only for people who understand systems and people who are willing to set up systems within their businesses. If you're not going to set up these systems, if you're not going to understand these systems, you're going to be behind. You're going to start becoming way behind in 2026, which is why you want to get on all of these systems now. It's why you want to start learning these AI systems to help you with high ticket clients, to help you with high ticket automation. Because if you're not working on these systems now, by the time 2026 comes along, you're going to be spending 10 or 20 hours more on your business than other people who already have this, who already understand these flows, who already have a lot of these systems put together for their businesses. And if they have 10 extra hours than you, then yeah, they're going to be able to create more. They're going to be able to sign on more clients. You want to get ahead of the game because a lot of people don't understand these things yet. Like I said, you guys, some of my multi-7-figure friends do not understand all of these automation tips that I'm giving you inside of this podcast yet. And so the more people learn, the more they can apply. However, if you are not learning, if you are not setting all of these things up, like I said, you're going to run behind. And so you don't want to do that for yourself. So make sure that you understand these. If you want my help with it, let's book a call together and I'll help you find out exactly the types of systems that we want to set up to really bring you an extra 100 to 300K in profit next year. So I'm going to leave you all with that. If you're interested in finding out more, let's book a call together. I have my call link everywhere. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, feel free to forward it to a friend. And it would also mean the world for me if you left a review. All right. You can also always chat with me. I love chatting with people about the podcast. I love your comments coming in on Instagram about the podcast. So keep them coming. Would love to hear how you loved this episode. So I know I'm saying love a lot. It's all good. Feel free to reach out on Instagram. It's always at Sara without an H, J Loureiro, Sara J Loureiro. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show. If you enjoy our show and would like the show notes and free goodies about how to grow your online coaching business, head over to sarajloureiro.com for more information. We hope you'll tune in next time.